Hey there, everybody. This is Silk. We are doing Operation Skyfall. This is turn 4 Japan, and things are going to get a little interesting here. We are going to go ahead and declare war on China and start all the income shenanigans. But first, we got to do our purchase phase. We are going to get 2 Marines. We're going to start a factory in Honshu. We're going to buy 1 cavalry and upgrade 1 militia. That is all of our 19. All right, so we do declare war on China. UK gets $2. ANZAC gets $2. FEC gets $2. France gets $1. US gets $5. So they hand out $12 to the Allies. Congratulations. See how many of them I can claw back for myself here. Okay, let's get to work. I have mapped this out a few times. Hopefully I can remember. And hopefully the dice treat me much nicer than what they did to poor Dan and Scarlet. All right, so these guys here in P33, 2 infantry on a transport. Transport comes down to P41. 1 infantry gets dropped off in Hainan. 1 infantry goes into Kwangtung. Transport here off of P32 also comes down to P41. Picks up the 2 infantry from Formosa, the 2 Marines from Formosa. Brings them in. I may grab a card for that. Just so it's a little clearer what all these guys are doing here. So 2 Marines, 1 infantry is what we've got over here so far. All right. Transport in P15 gets a Marine and a artillery. It comes down to P41. Transport in P14 grabs an infantry from Rihi, comes over, gets 1 Marine here in P15, comes down to P32, drops that off. That's my 4 Marines. I already screwed this up. It's supposed to be 3 infantry. There's my 2 Marines. So the 2 Marines came over. So you're going to drop off 2 infantry. Oh, I've got a destroyer I could have used. Right? That's what it is. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. So that transport that brought over a infantry and a Marine instead brings over 2 infantry. Because a destroyer is what I use here. That's the key, is that the destroyers with my Marines. And then 1 destroyer comes down from P15. That is my 8th unit with a Marine. Hopefully you guys followed that well enough. My transport capacity is 13. You're going to see me use 13. Is kind of the key way I do my math here. These 2 destroyers then go into P14. with the last 2 Marines. One goes into Hopei, one goes into Shangtung. This transport, last transport in P-15, gets 2 infantry from Rihe. One goes into Hopei, one goes into Shangtung. So, coming off of amphib units, I've got 2 here for 4, and then there should be 9 here off of Kwangtung. Hainan is 1, and then 8. 4 Marines, 3 infantry, 1 artillery. 9 plus 4 is 13. So, yay for doing that correctly. All right. Now we have our land combats. Going into Beiping, I've got a motorized, an artillery, 3 infantry. Going into Suyan is basically everything that's left. It's 4 infantry, 3 cavalry, and a mountain infantry. Now we have our planes. Sitting on my carrier here in P-32, I have 2 fighters, 1 tactical. And they just go 1-2 into Kwangtung there. They're going to have 2 movement left. As long as they all live, they get to land back on the carriers that I have here. That leaves me with 4 planes, 2 tacticals, and a fighter. Leave Korea and go to Suyan. That leaves 1 fighter left for Beiping. Now we have our bombards. I'm going to bring up 2 battleships and 2 coastals to P-14. That will create that blockade. And 1 battleship, 1 coastal bombard here. 1 battleship, 1 coastal blockade here. Meanwhile, the battlecruiser and the 2 remaining heavy cruisers will come down here to P-41, and they'll bombard here in Kwangtung. So I've got battlecruiser, 2 heavy cruisers going to Kwangtung, battleship, heavy cruiser, battleship, heavy cruiser. And that should be all of my combat moves. And I didn't even do my tech rolls yet. Yay. All right. Fistful of dice rolling here, guys. Let's see. Hopefully I can do this. Not make any mistakes. Should start with my tech rolls. Sorry for doing things terribly out of turn. We got 2 of them. They are large ship and improved construction. We'll start with improved construction at a 7. That is a 6, so we failed. And then we'll do large ships at an 8. Not a great 4. Bad tech program for Japan here. Not able to channel that awesome GBR tech that I had in AvTech. And my Russian tech was pretty good too, actually. Japan's having a rough go. All right. Combat moves. So we'll start here with Suyan. That's right. Hopefully you guys can see it's right at the edge here. We have 4 infantry, 3 cavalry, a mountain, 2 tacticals, and a fighter. Fighting 2 militia, 2 infantry, 1 cavalry. All right, we'll start with the big guys. 2 tacticals and 7s. So that is a 3, so it's a hit and a target select. So that kills an infantry. We then have a fighter at 6. That's a miss. And then 4 at 2s, because I've got 3 cavalry and 1 mountain infantry. Those are all misses. This is going the way Dan's game went. Jeez. And then 4 1s. We have 1 hit so far. That's a 1. 7, 8, 3. So total of 2 hits. So we get 1 militia, 1 infantry. Been a little nicer to me there. He's got 3 2s from the militia and the cavalry. Now they get a 1, so there's a hit. So I lose an infantry. And then 2 infantry at 4s. 7 and 12. Well, killed 2, lost 1. That's at least reasonably better, right? All right, 2 tacticals and a fighter. 2 7s and a 6. No target selects, but I don't really care anymore. Oh, no, that is a target. No, that's a fighter. So 4 and a 2. So that gives me 2 hits. And I only have 3 guys left to kill. So I just need 1 more hit. All right, so still 4 2s. Nothing. You guys can see all these good. And then 3 1s. And there's going to be a 3rd turn. My infantry's going to stay around to haunt me here. So they've got 2 2s and 1 4. Good thing that target select worked, right? So the militia hits, but those are misses. I lose another infantry. All right, round 3. 2 tacticals and a fighter. 1 hit with a tactical. Just barely. Jeez, guys. Just in case I miss something, we're going to try to at least roll out this turn here. 4 2s. There's another hit, just in case I needed 1. And then 2 1s. So those are misses, but I should be over by 1 hit. And then he's got a 4 back. So not too bad. All right, took Suyan most of my forces there. All right, now we'll get to Hope. I've got a bombard at a 4. Come on, that's 7, so that's a miss. Got a bombard at a 2. That's a miss. Uh-oh. I've got 2 at 2. Those are misses. He's got 1 at 2. Here we go. All right, so I'm red, he's blue. We're all 2s. 4, 7, 7. Round 3. 5, 10, 6. Round 4. He gets a 1, I get a 2. All right, thank God. Wasn't sure that was going to work. So I lose the infantry to kill the militia. At least take it with the marine. Similar situation in Shangtung here. I've got a battleship at 4. Well, that finishes that. All right. That will surround Hope. So let's get that one going. I've got a first strike at 3. Not Hope, Beiping, sorry. We're in Beiping here. I got a first strike at 3. That's a miss. I've got a fighter at 6. That's a 2, so that's a hit. And then 3 2s and 1 3 from a boosted infantry. Well, he's got a 1. We'll plink away at him. That's a 9. So that gets a second 1 off the board. All right, because of being surrounded, instead of being 5s, they are 3s. 1 always hits, though. It would be a target select, but they're surrounded, so that negates the target select ability. So I lose an infantry. All right, still need 1 hit. We've got a fighter at a 6. There's our 5, so that should end that. And again, kind of just in case, I've got 2 3s from the boosted, and then the 2 2s from the guys that weren't. So, 2 3s, nice. So that works out. Somewhat by default, I should have called that. Shouldn't matter either way. I at least get a hit. But I use reds as my higher numbers than blues. Just my own little math, guys. If I ever mess that up, yell at me and let me know. So we do take Bei Ping with 2 infantry, 1 artillery, and a motorized. All right. Last one is the one I'm most frightened of. I saw what happened to Dan. All right, I've got a battle cruiser and 2 heavy cruisers. Battle cruiser is red because it's 3, of course. So I did get a hit. Man, that could have been fun if that was battleships. So that gets rid of 1 militia that I don't have to deal with. All right. The artillery doesn't drop. So I've got 2 tacticals and a fighter. All right, Dan, if you're curious how tacticals are supposed to fight, see that, Dan? 7 and a target select. That's 2 hits, one of which is a target select, Dan. If you're curious how you use planes, 7s. That's what your tacticals get to do. So I get to kill an infantry and a militia. My fighter missed, unfortunately, but that makes up for it with that target select. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 at 1. 4, 5, 6, 7. Nothing. Whole lot of nothing from the infantry. But 3 hits, we're moving along here. All right. 3 militia. Because 1 died to the amphibian bombardment. Well, that's being nice to me. And then 2 infantry. Oh, KMD's being super nice to me. No hits. All right, back to our planes. 2 tacticals and a fighter. Looking for 3 hits. So with 2, I again get another target select, but the other 2 miss. So that will kill the infantry, if nothing else. My artillery now lands, so I have 2 2s, 1 for the artillery and 1 for the marine being boosted by the artillery. But they both miss. And then 6. 6 at 1. Still only have 1 hit, and that we're calling it 8. So at least killed the infantry, right? So they've got 2 2s and a 4 coming back at me. Jesus. Nothing, though. Well, my tech sucks, but we know how to fight. So that infantry's dead. All right. 2 tacticals and a fighter. Trying to kill 2 militia. Blinking away. That 7's a miss. The fighter's not done nothing, but do get 1 hit. And then my 2 2s. Nothing. And is it still 6? Because they haven't hit anything. It is still 6. 6 at 1. Looking for 1 hit. There's my hit. So got it done in 3 turns, and we may take Quang Tung unscathed, which would not at all something I would calculate for. Given the number of dice they get to roll. Jesus. Alright, well, sorry about that, Bruce. AMT apparently had no desire to fight today. right. Oh, my dad over there. So, Suyan Falls, Hopei Falls, Shangtung Falls, Beiping Falls, Guangdong Falls, Hainan Falls. Need to land planes, which is actually pretty easy because none of them went more than 2 spaces from their starting location, so everybody gets to just go home. So the 2 fighters and the tactical that are in Guangdong will land back on the carriers that are here. I'm using the wrong marker. And just in case, I'm going to split up my torpedo boat destroyers as a non-combat move here. And 1 torpedo boat destroyer is going to come from P32 down to P14, or P41, sorry. And then all of the other planes just land back in Korea. So 2 tacticals and 2 fighters land back in Korea. Ready to go have more fun next turn. Submarines. The submarine in P50 moves to I-12. Submarine in P41 comes down to P50. Place some units. Cavalry goes in Rihi. 2 Marines go in Kyushu and Nagasaki there. My factory construction is being worked on in Honshu. And we're going to upgrade this 1 infantry, or 1 militia, I should say, on Formosa. Alright, lots of stuff moved. Is there anything else that I want somewhere else? Transports are covered. U.S. can't do any Lend-Lease shenanigans yet. Right? So I should be okay. Overall, that went pretty well. Far better than what Dan had to deal with in Scarlet there. He had kind of the worst case scenario, and this is a pretty good scenario. I lost 4 infantry. Is the total of Japanese losses there, so pretty good. All right, in Xi'an, 2 infantry, 3 cavalry, 1 mountain. In Beiping, 2 infantry, 1 motorized, 1 artillery. Rihi has a cav. In Korea, I've got 2 tacticals, 2 fighters. P14 has a transport, 2 destroyers, 2 heavy cruisers, 2 battleships. If you hear him, I have a very hungry dog upstairs. In Hopei, I've got a Marine. In Shangtung, I've got a Marine and an infantry. East China Sea has fleet carrier, light carrier, 2 light cruisers, 1 torpedo boat destroyer, 1 tactical, 2 fighters. P41 has battle cruiser, 2 heavy cruisers, 1 torpedo boat destroyer, 1 destroyer, 4 transports. Hainan has an infantry. Guangdong has 4 Marines, 3 infantry, and an artillery. Absolutely stunned that I took that without a loss. I expected 3 or 4, and probably 3 was kind of my anticipated loss there, but yeah, that was really, really good. Coastal in P50, Coastal in I-12, 3 subs in P-44, 2 militia, 2 Marines in Nagasaki. So that's it. We'll pass it off to Panzer J, and I'll see y'all probably tomorrow or Sunday. Take care.